this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I am here for a little craft with me. I have been inspired by this lovely happy mail that I received from the very kind Anja, and she'd sent me this a little while ago, and as you can see, it's a kind of is this a coin envelope? I'm never quite sure. And it also has just you know, just an envelope attached to it. And it just makes this fantastic little pouch and a sort of, you know, lovely goodie bag gift, you know, happy mail kind of idea to people, you know, to be able to give to people. And I just thought, what better idea or what better time to do this than at Christmas? I mean, as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, that's just ingenious, and, you know, wanted to make one. And yeah, just thought today is the day, and, you know, just what better time than Christmas, basically. So I am here with my Christmas papers, and my gosh, I have a lot of stuff on my desk today, even more than usual, would you believe? So I'm going to try and, you know, be a little bit organised, although I will probably fail miserably. So I've got some of my Christmas papers which I have printed double-sided. So let me just pull those in the first instance, because obviously for my, you know, this coin envelope, I'm never really too sure what they're called. For this coin envelope, I'm going to use double-sided paper. So obviously, like this one here, you can see I have printed this with the snowflakes on the back. So I'm going to just use that, I think, to make my little coin envelope. Now, obviously, as you know, I do not measure anything, and this may well trip me up here because I may come unstuck when I'm trying to actually, you know, make this little booklet. I'm not sure whether she made hers or whether this was a kind of shop bought thing. It looks like she'd kind of gone up this way, because I can't see a line of, you know, where it's glued on here. But I'm going to obviously just make it, you know, how I would normally make them, because otherwise I may just struggle completely and not be able to actually make it at all. So obviously hers, it's the same size approximately as that envelope. So I need to kind of just be mindful of, you know, trying to have it more or less the same size. So that being said, the first thing that I'm going to do is just fold in this little strip along the edge. Okay, so we just fold that edge down. Sorry, I think I was out of frame there. Let me just raise my camera slightly. Okay, so I folded this edge down, just going to squash that down like that. Okay, now I want to bring my other piece over so it's more or less the same size as the envelope. So just need to put that on top of the envelope and then just go in like that. Okay, line that up. I mean, this is just my method. Obviously, you know, a lot of people would find it much easier to just measure this. Personally, if I measured this, I am likely to, you know, then cut it inaccurately. And this isn't a maths problem, I just must quickly say. This is just an accuracy problem, because I'm just never too great with, you know, needing to get things too precise. So, you know, it's just better for me to just do it like this. And then all I'm going to do is kind of snip it down more or less along that edge. So again, let's hope for the best here. Going down there like that. Okay, so didn't make too bad a job of that. And, you know, of course I could have it this way or this way, depending kind of, you know, which way you prefer. Now, for my bottom piece, as I say, I can't see a join in hers, so I'm just going to bring mine up, you know, how I normally would if I'm making this type of thing. And I just literally fold the bottom up a little bit. So again, sort of similar distance to how I did the side. Squash that down like that. And then all I do is, you know, cut off my pieces at triangles like that. And then I just take the you know, what would essentially be the inside flap, and just cut that down like that. Okay, and then snip this little piece here off as well. Okay, let's just bin these pieces now. So that's now the foundation piece for my coin envelope. Why can't I remember that? I have no idea. Right, so then for my top flap, again, I'm just going to come down and fold it over approximately where I think it needs to be. I should use my envelope, not hers. I'm pretty sure they're the same size, but oops, not quite. Not quite. So now my piece is slightly shorter. Okay, right. Okay, so squash that down like that. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is pretty much the same as what we did at the bottom. This piece is going to be my inside piece. So what I want to do is hopefully cut it down slightly, just very slightly. So just slightly beneath where that fold line is, if you see what I mean. So just go, you know, a millimetre or so under that line, like that. And then just going to kind of round that up to that fold. Just trim it down here. Okay. So, I mean, you can probably see, actually, I've made a hideous job of doing that, not straight at all. So let me just go over it a little bit more. And to be honest, it's not very low down. So I'm just going to go in a little bit more and then just around that section. Okay, that looks better. And so here, I just want to do kind of the same thing again, in that I just want to round that down like that, and then just cut it here, like that. Okay, let's just check. Okay, so that's going to be my foundation piece for my envelope, and that's obviously, you know, my flap. So to get my flap, you know, identical, you know, on each side, I'm just going to open my whole booklet out again, and then just kind of take it here like that. And then I'm just going to snip it around. So I want to kind of take it in at the corners and then just straight across there, because my borderless settings didn't quite print borderless. Okay, let's just go back, check. So again, just fold that all in and just check how my flap looks now. Okay, so that's kind of how that looks now. So the next thing that I want to do is obviously just glue all of my pieces down. Now, I'm just having a look at hers. She has glued her flap to the front of her, you know, her piece. I'm just looking, and I wondered whether we could have it glued down here rather than on the outside where it then is covering up some of our booklet, if that makes sense. So I might do that. And the other thing that I might do, my envelope's probably not the thickest, so I might just kind of reinforce it by just gluing some paper inside the flap. So let me just take a piece that's printed on copy paper rather than, you know, thicker card. I'm just going to take this piece and right, I'm going to have it tucked in that side. Probably doesn't really matter, because obviously most of this is not particularly going to show. Let's just snip it down here. Ooh, just flinging my paper around for some reason. Okay, so I'm just going to go in like that and then just cut it up here. Just making this so that it's going to fit in to my envelope. Like that. Oops. And okay, so that just tucks into my envelope like that. So I'm just going to glue that down, and I'll just get my glue spreader. to glue that down. Oops, you know what I've done? Left my glue not upside down. Oh dear, that's always a mistake, isn't it? Okay. Well, so far it's forgiving me. I won't speak too soon because no doubt it will start playing up in a moment. It's just bound to, isn't it? Absolutely bound to. So I'm just going to move that over, and then what I'm going to do is just pop an extra piece of glue, or line of glue there where the folds are, like that. Oops, okay. And I'm just going to try my best to slide this in. Bit fiddly. Oh, I hate doing things like this. This is my worst nightmare. Trying to slot things in when they're covered in glue. There we go. Right. Got there eventually. Okay, right. We just spread that out like that. Okay, just mop up the glue because of course I now have glue all over everywhere. I kind of, wasn't really thinking and obviously glued all around that piece of paper, and, needn't have done that. And again, I don't need the whole of that envelope flap, so I can just get rid of some of that. Because of course it's going to be tucked in behind the flap of the coin envelope thingy. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm just going to, let's just check that that's really nicely glued. And then we're going to just burnish this down. Oh dear. Easier said than done sometimes this is. Oh dear. Do you know that fold has kind of disappeared completely on this envelope? That's just the most bizarre thing. Right. Shall we use this? Use this as a guide. So I've gone from obviously trying to use the envelope as a guide to make my coin envelope to now I'm using the coin envelope as a guide to fold my envelope, would you believe? Okay. So, like that. Okay, so it's not the best, I have to say. Not done the best job there, but never mind. Oh, look, even got some stuck down. Right. So then what I want to do is glue that whole flap onto this opening piece. So again, just take some more glue like that. Okie dokie. Now you want to be quite generous with the glue here because obviously as it's going on the inside, if it's not stuck down properly, it's going to catch things as they, tuck into that pocket, if you see what I mean. So, you want to kind of make sure it's nicely glued like that. Okay. So I'm just going to open that out and then glue it here like that. Okie dokie, right. We are making some progress now, hopefully. So that's my little opening piece. And then all I'm going to do is obviously, now I'm just going to cut this piece slightly more. So that when I glue it, they're not really kind of in the way of one another. Okay, and I'm just going to glue this down like that. So I'm going to run my glue around these edges rather than here, because of course if I glue here and this piece doesn't quite meet for any reason, I'm going to have glue showing. So I'm going to glue around these edges. And actually, just before I do, I did notice that Anja obviously had a thumb hole in here. So I'm just wondering whether I'd want to put a thumb hole in mine, which I could do that, couldn't I? So let's just grab my circle punch. I've got a quite slightly bigger one here, but that's fine. Right, excuse my head. Right, I'm hoping this is roughly centre. That's not too bad. So that's my thumb hole. So that makes it nice and easy, obviously, to get things in and out of there. So I'm just going to glue around to glue that down. So a bit of glue here and then across here. Okay. Oops. Just move that bit of glue. Right. Let's now press this in. So push that down. And then across here as well. Okay, right. Hopefully squashing that down like that. And then just any excess glue, just wipe that out like that. Okay, and that's all that is for the foundation of that piece. And, you know, if you saw my Happy Mail video, I mean, she has jam-packed this with all sorts of amazing, gorgeous little cute things. So I just think, actually, this is just such a fantastic little sort of goodie pouch that you could give to people for Christmas. So let's just decorate it up with some bits and pieces, because, of course, that's my favourite bit to do. So you could also put another little pocket here. She had put, if I just show you again, she had put a little pocket down here. So I'm going to just do something similar, and I'm going to decorate up my envelope, because my envelope's ivory. You know, I'm not too sure that it goes that brilliantly. So I'm just going to kind of just tear up some pieces, I think, and just have them on there. So let me just see what else I've got beside me, because I don't necessarily want, you know, all the same paper. Let's just have a look. So I've got this one. I might prefer some of this. So let's just tear that around. That's quite pretty, isn't it? So I'm just going to start by sticking this down. Like that. Okay. Just pop that down there. Just mop this up. A dab of glue. Okay, and then at the bottom, perhaps, I'm going the wrong way with that piece of paper. Just see. That feels really flimsy paper. I must have printed that on something else, I think. Just felt really thin compared to, you know, the other bits of paper. I don't know why. Okay, right. I might use this gorgeous little corner here. Oh my gosh, I made a terrible job of tearing that, didn't I? Yeah, no idea what happened there, but... Oops. Didn't do much better that time either, so let's just go in again. Okay, so I'm just going to tear this down a bit. I mean, of course, it doesn't have to be, you know, envelope shaped. But, you know, I'm just trying to kind of disguise the envelope a little bit. That's, you know, that's all I'm trying to do here. So... Okie dokie. Like that. Again, just squash that down. Excuse me for my messy hands. Just done another video, so yeah, I'm already messy from my last video, I'm afraid. Okay, let me just get rid of those couple of bits of paper. Oops, and that piece, I suppose I don't need that, do I? Right, and then for our pocket, I want to use obviously something, you know, a thicker piece. So I have this one. Again, I'm just trying to be a bit frugal and kind of use some of my pieces that I've already actually cut down. Lord only knows why, because, you know, I can just obviously run some more off, but just trying to be a little bit more, you know, conscientious and just use it that's already been cut. So, oh gosh, hold on. I've put some of that on the floor now, out the way, so I just had to lean down and get some. Right, a lot of these are printed on copy paper, which of course is not then, you know, up to the job of making a pocket. So these are the ones that are thicker. Yeah, these are thicker. Okay, these are the only ones that I've got actual offcuts of. The others are all thicker, so full size sheets. So what I might do is just have a little pocket here. So I'm going to just cut that down. And again, I mean, I'm just going to kind of fold this in so as I know roughly where to cut that, like that. And then going to have it about here, like that. I mean, this is just, you know, my shoddy method that that I find quite helpful, but, you know, of course, do things in the way that you find helpful. You know, again, I mean, a lot of people would probably find it more helpful to just measure that and then cut this to the measurement. Personally, you know, again, like I say, I would just probably then end up cutting it, you know, 1 millimetre over or something like that, and it would just then not fit. So for me, this just works much, much better. Now, I might just cut this down slightly anyway, because if I put it right here, what's going to happen is when this folds over, it might just end up touching here. I might get away with it. I might get away with it, actually. Oh, it might be okay. Perhaps we'll just go for that. Okay, let's just go for that. So I'm just going to glue this down as a pocket. I'm not going to put a thumb hole in here because, you know, I've got my thumb hole there. I don't want it kind of too mirrored or, you know, samey. Okay. Okay. So that's my little pocket, and then of course I can layer that up and, you know, decorate the pocket. So let's just find some little bits and pieces that I've got here. Oops, don't know what that's from. I have a random cluster there that sort of made its way into the Christmas stuff. Oh, got these cute baubles. They're lovely, aren't they? Oh, now I've got glitter for some reason all over my desk. That's because I had just been doing my Christmas card video. So of course glitter is still floating about on the desk. Right, just seeing what would be nice here. Trying to use things that I've actually already got, you know, ready cut out, you know, rather than actually have to cut other things. But yeah, I may kind of have to cut other things after all, because of course I can't now see anything that I really want to have on here. Oh, perhaps I'd like that little label. Right, let me just cut this down. Yeah, quite like him on that label. Okie dokie. Okay, right. Let's pop that there. And then I wonder whether I could cut out one of those. Oh, it's a bit small. Right, okay, let's have a look and see whether we could just layer this onto, got some pretty sort of net here. Oh, I'm not sure that's quite right. I have got some lace. Now, I don't know whether that lace really looks very blue, to be honest. I mean, it is blue, but when I put it down, it's kind of taken on a bit of a grey appearance, which of course, you know, that's a bit drab. So I might have a go at inking it up. I'm not sure that this is going to quite, you know, work out, but let's have a look. So I'm just going to cut that down. I'm going to just attempt to ink it up in this blueprint sketch. I don't know whether this is going to work or not. It might just look absolutely dreadful. But it would be great if it did work. Let's find my blendy tool. Okay. Oh, this, yeah, I don't think this is really, this is not really working, I don't think, because this now, I don't think this is now kind of the right colour at all. Well, it was worth having a look, wasn't it? So I might as well just ink the whole piece now, so that it's ready for something else that I can use it on later. I will try it, you know, just in case, but yeah, I don't think it's quite, it's not quite the right colour. I thought that was going to, you know, possibly look really good, but it's quite purpley looking. The underneath layer must have kind of brought out a bit of a purple look. Yeah, definitely not that. Not that. Okay, right, let me just get rid of that now. What else have I got here? I have got some, well, I have got some red lace somewhere. Let me just hunt that down. I've used red lace really quite often, and got this horrible feeling that I might have even used it all up now. So that would be just typical, wouldn't it? You know, I've had it for all that time, and then I've used it all now, and now of course I'd like to use it. Right, let me just go on the hunt. Hold on. Okay, so I have a couple of different red laces, and I've also got this pale blue. So let's have a look and see how, you know, which way we want to go with this. So the blue keeps this quite pretty and delicate, and, you know, that's kind of really lovely, isn't it? However, being the person that I am who's always drawn to colour, the red kind of zings it up and makes it look pretty exciting. And actually, I have to say, never would have dreamt of doing that, but strangely, I quite liked the blue with the red on top. Yeah, I mean, that would not have been my initial thought at all, but I actually quite like it like that, I think. So let's do that. I'm going to stick this down here, maybe just like that, like a pocket, over to the side. Okay. And then I'm going to just put across that top, I'm going to put the blue down and then layer it with the red. Yeah, I mean, who'd have thought that that would look good together? That's, who knows, maybe you all think it doesn't look good together. Maybe I'm the only person who really thought it did, but it just brought something out in that blue that weirdly, it, you know, didn't kind of have on its own. And strangely enough, when I put the red down on its own, it also just, you know, it didn't stand out really. So just having the addition of both together, that just kind of really brought something out in each one, or in either one. So I'm just going to have that across on top of the blue. Okay. Oops. Like that. Okay, right. Press those down. And I'm just going to snip those off here at the side. a little bit better. Okay. That looks really nice, doesn't it? Okay, and then do I want anything over here? So let's just have a look. Got this little sort of journal card, which actually this could just pop into, because I did that as a pocket, but actually you're not going to be able to really get to that pocket, I've just realised. Yeah, that might have been just a complete waste of time, because of course that lace now is behind the pocket. Oh, what a wally. Yep, oh well. You have a pocket there if you can actually get to it to use it, which I can't. So we could have this over here. That's quite pretty, isn't it? I mean, obviously we're then covering up that cute little robin, but it looks pretty. And obviously if we cover him up completely, you know, then you don't know he was there in the first place, which is not so bad. We don't feel bad for covering him up if we didn't really know he was there anyway. Yeah, so I'm just going to kind of have that, I think, like that. And again, we could make this a little pocket. Like that. Okay, just pop that down there, like that. Okay. And then the red lace just kind of down the edge. Just going to check that we don't want to have the blue, you know, the blue and the red, or the blue instead of the red, or anything like that. So let's just double check. Right, that's the red, which I do really like. That's the blue, which I also really like. And that's the blue and the red, which actually I'm not so keen on. I actually really like the blue. Yeah, that's a complete surprise to me. I was kind of all for going with the red, so lucky I tried it. Just going to cut that header piece off of that lace, because otherwise that looked quite, you know, quite solid on there. So we just get rid of that. I'm just going to pop that down the side. Looks really pretty, like really, really pretty already. Oops. Okay. I'll just pop that one down like that. And I'm just kind of doing that slightly curled in, you know, curved kind of at the top and the bottom, if you can see that. I like to do that. I think that looks really, really pretty. Okay, so I love how this looks so far. And for this, I'm wondering whether, you know, do we want any sort of closure? I don't think Anja's had a closure. Let's just check. No, she had a little tab, which I guess actually possibly would be held down by the tag. Do you see what I mean? Well, that's quite clever. Ah, yeah, that is quite clever. So let me just see if I had a journal card. Just cut that down. You know, this, I'm not saying this particular journal card, but I'm just trying this, you know, just for the sake of seeing whether this would work. And then, you know, this is then effectively a closure. So that would go in there, and then it would kind of effectively hold this flap down. Again, I could actually have a couple in here, and then there's more, you know, more weight to kind of hold it down, if you see what I mean. So yeah, I might do that. I'm just thinking what else I could have as a closure. I mean, I could have one of the, you know, Dubry wraparound closure things. Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. And again, because that's now upside down, that house, I just wonder whether I could have a bit of lace there, you know, just covering up the fact that the house is upside down, really. So again, let me just see. If I had the red and the blue, then I've covered that entire flap. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so actually just before I do that, did I want to have anything hanging off there even if it's just a piece of ribbon, which might look quite pretty, mightn't it? So I've got some of that beautiful green. That's really pretty. So let's just take that. Okay, and I'm just going to pop that down here. Oh, this is such an ingenious little, I don't know what you would call this, like a little, I would just call it like a little gift pouch. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I loved it and was super intrigued when I got it at how much stuff that that Anja was able to squeeze into it. But yeah, I love it actually even more now I'm making one. It's just fantastic. So thank you so much, Anja, you know, for obviously gifting it to me in the first place, but also for sharing your brilliant, you know, creativity and your lovely gift. Okay. Oh, come on, glue. Why is this now playing up? So I'm just going to go all the way over here. Let me just put the glue, sorry, not the glue, the blue lace down across there. Just press that one down. Okay, and slip that down there. And then I'm just going to go across the top as well with the red. And then, you know, partly because obviously then that just covers the entire thing. Whereas otherwise I've still got that kind of, you know, the top of that house poking out. So this way I'm just hiding every single thing. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, so that's that. Just trim that down. Okay, so that looks okay. I wasn't sure whether that was going to be in the way of the fold, but I think it just cleared it, which is all good. Okay, so we have a little pocket here, the pocket here, and obviously the inside of the envelope. Now, I'm just wondering whether I've got those pretty green pearls still here from when I made the cards. So I'm just having a look to see whether we might want to, you know, add some of those. Maybe just down there. They look pretty, don't they? So let's do that. Oops, let me just trim that extra piece of that plasticky stuff off. Don't know what's going on with my throat. It just keeps on, you know, my voice keeps on going a bit, you know, froggy throat like. Okie dokie. So just pop that down there. Oh, how cute. How cute does that look? And obviously I just love the excuse to use all these beautiful colours. You know, they just look scrumptious, don't they? So yeah, really love that. And then obviously when we close it, this will probably be the front, I think. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, to be fair, which is the front and which is the back. So we will decorate, you know, both sides up, I think. You know, it will be just as nice front or back. So again, let's have a look for some paper to cover the outside with. So just having a look. Again, I'm just trying to be stingy and, you know, use some bits that I've already kind of partially cut. So we could have that gorgeous train on there. Will I get the whole of that in? Possibly I will. Right, let's just take this, and we're just going to tear this time. Oops, I've gone straight through that. Merry Christmas. Didn't really plan that very well, did I? Okay. And then if we just go in here, like that. Oh, it's such a lovely day today. It's really sunny and just gorgeous. Okay, so yeah, I'm filming this the same day that I did the Christmas card. And yeah, so I've been out for my bike ride. It's just absolutely lovely out there. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to put this down, and then I'm going to try and cover up, obviously, you know, this where I've now torn through that Merry Christmas, which just looks silly now. Yeah, I hadn't really kind of noticed that until it was a bit late, but so let me just go around here. Oops. Oh gosh, now I've picked up the green ribbon now. We'll have all blue stuck all over it. Oh gosh. Okay, let's just pop that down. Okay, right. There's my spreader. Oh. Okay, let's just go over that like that. Okay, so that looks really, really pretty, doesn't it? And then obviously I have a little bit of excess there, but what I will probably do, I think, is put some lace down that that side. So I mean, I guess really it would probably open this way, because conventionally, you know, you would open a book, wouldn't you, this way, not this way. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't really occur to me before, but for some reason it just didn't. So yeah, I'm probably going to kind of put some lace across that spine, like that, and then I'll have to put some more on the front, because otherwise it's kind of back to front, if you see what I mean. And I'm thinking I might just put this gorgeous window on here, or should I keep the window for the front? Oh, maybe the window for the front, because then it's kind of like you're opening it. I mean, I have got obviously other windows. I have this one. Is this one bigger? Yeah. Oh, this is a tough choice, I have to say. I mean, we've got that lovely Christmas tree. I'm a bit torn, because I actually just really love all of these colours. And yeah, I'm a little bit torn now, because they're all really pretty and colourful. And, you know, as you know, I love nothing better than using colour. So it's all a bit tricky for me to decide. I mean, obviously this one I have already torn into. So let's just have a look. Oops, there goes something else off my desk. Let's just tear this down. And across here. Okay. Oops. Made a weird shape there. Okay, so I've torn out this piece here, and I'm just having a bit of a play around to see how we're going to kind of layer this. I don't really want that part of the train showing if I'm covering up this part, because of course that's, you know, a little bit strange, isn't it, to have a little bit of the train just showing at the corner. I also pulled in my stamps, just some blue ones and some red ones, because I thought possibly we might like to put some stamps on here. They look quite pretty, don't they, with these colours. So I'm thinking we could just have those over there. So yeah. Also, actually, I've got some white doily. That might look quite good. Yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it? So we're going to do that, and don't forget, I'm going to put the, well, not you, don't forget, don't me forget, obviously. I'm going to put that that lace down the side. So I am likely to forget, as you know. Okay. So we just then joke. Okay, oops, got things stuck to me again now. Constantly have things stuck to me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, this probably is the back, to be honest. I just, yeah, no idea why that didn't really occur to me before, but oh, I don't know. Sometimes these things don't, do they? So, and then I'm going to have these gorgeous stamps just up there. Like that one. And then this one. So bearing in mind that this probably is the back, I'd best not doing anything to, you know, bulk it out too much, because of course then it's not going to be very flat. I mean, not that you'd be writing in this, so I guess it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Now, I was going to have that there, but can you see what's happening? It's got like a diagonal line if I do that. So yeah, I don't think I will, because that's going to just look really very strange. Could have it there. I mean, I love it like that. I do love it like that as well. Oh gosh, what a tough decision. I mean, I guess that's more interesting, isn't it, to have more stuff versus less stuff. Well, I might come back to that. Let's do the front now. So yeah, let's do the front. Okay, right. Now, I was toying whether to use the Christmas tree, wasn't I? And actually, there's the Christmas tree with the presents, or there's the Christmas tree, you know, on its own. Love them both. And again, perhaps we'll just use some more doily, because that looked really pretty on the other side. This is just white. It's not coffee dyed or anything, as you can see. But it looks really pretty on there. I mean, sometimes just white is what you need, isn't it? Okay, I love how that looks. And then, do we want anything else on here? We could have like a little hanging bauble there. I must have got glitter on there by accident, because I can see a little bit of glitter. I mean, we could have those. And then I'm thinking we could actually have a real bow there instead of obviously the, you know, the pretend ones. So let's just have a look. No, I'm going to have to go to my, yeah, I'm going to have to go to my bow drawer, I think, because I don't think I've got any that are going to be quite the right colour. So hold on a second. I'll just get some bows out. Right, what colour? I've got some red polka dot ones, which of course are going to look really good. Well, I say of course are going to look really good. It remains to be seen. They might look absolutely rubbish, but yeah, I don't think I've got anything else really in the right sort of colours. So I think these are going to be my best bet. I'm just quickly having a look. Yeah, I think these are going to be my best option. Oh, how cute is that? Yep, I love how that looks. Right, let me just pop some lace down. Not lace, doily. Sorry, doily. Honestly, just what is wrong with me? I thought the Christmas tree might have got, you know, a bit lost in the background on its own. But actually it kind of seems to stand out okay. You know, I think it's, yeah, I think it shows up enough. Okay, like that. And I might foam pad this just so that it stands out a little bit more. I mean, I know I just said it stands out on its own, but I guess, you know, if it's actually got the foam pads, it's going to stand out even more. So let's just... Right, I'm going to have a bit of a sort of mosaic thing going on here with the foam. Oh gosh. Whoa. So, right, let's have a look. My gosh, I am literally covered in stuff. Literally covered. Okay, so I've got this pointy piece here, which I shall just pop there, and then this little slither here. Just pop that down that side, and then just trim that like that, and then we'll just have this piece in here. So again, just need to chop that down a little bit more. Oops. Okay, right, so we're foam padded up now. Let me just get those foam pieces off my scissors, and right, we're going to then take the backing off the foam, and then I always do add glue to this as well. You know, I'm sure it's fine without glue, but I do really like to make sure it's properly stuck down. So just going to go over the whole thing with the hot glue. And the other good thing is, obviously, then it gets into all those little gaps where there aren't foam pads. So it's, you know, another good reason to do it. Okay. Oh, that looks so yummy. Oh, I mean, honestly, I say all the time, oh, this is my type of colour, or that's my type of colour, but again, these are my types of colours. The thing is, I love, you know, love all sorts of colours, to be honest, but yeah, this just looks super pretty, doesn't it? So I'm going to have those little baubles up there with a little bow on just at the side like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like the both. That one looks a little bit lost on its own, doesn't it? So, and again, I think what I'm going to do is I will glue this one down sort of flatter. And then what I'll do is like hot glue this one, so it's not as raised as the tree with obviously the foam pads, but it's slightly raised, you know, raised more than it would be if it were glued flat. So like that. Okay, and I'm not going to kind of press that down too much because I don't want it going too flat. And if I just, you know, leave it like that, it's got a slight raised effect going on. Okay, and then just take those little bows, or that little bow, and I'm going to have that there. Okey-doke. Okay, right, that's that one. And then, of course, I've still got those gorgeous green pearly dots. So let's put that lace on that we talked about. So going to have this running down the back. Excuse me, I know it's irritating. Okay, so we're going to just pop this down. And then obviously on the front, we're going to have some more, you know, covering up where it's, you know, we've got like that sort of seamy type part. So I'll just press that down like that. Okay. And I'm just going to trim that down here, like that. And then I'm going to have that down here, but what I might do is actually still cut that thickish piece off. Oops, like that. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Honestly, this glue's making a lot of fuss, isn't it? It's, you know, certainly making a lot of noise. Right, let me just keep that sort of semi upside down so that when I use it again in a second, it's not going to be making such a fuss. So there we go. So that looks pretty, doesn't it? And then what we can do is obviously put another one down there, or we could obviously have the red, which we've also obviously been using. I think maybe the red here. Let's have a look. Oh gosh, it's so tough, isn't it? I mean, that looks super pretty, doesn't it? And very, you know, very pastel-y and gorgeous, but this kind of brightens it right up and it just screams Christmas to me. So yeah, you know me, I just can't resist. Can't resist but go with the colourful option. So we just then run some more glue down there. And we'll just pop the red down. Again, just, whoops, dab that up. Okay. And just trim that off there. Oh, that just looks so pretty, doesn't it? I absolutely love it. Right, and now, where would we like to have some more of these? These are so nice. I just love this colour. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous colour. Now, we could have them down there, but then I feel like I have something in every corner, which is a little bit strange. We could have them up there. I think that's probably better. So let's just see whether I can hot glue these. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh, now I have some hot glue on here. Oh, good. Good, it's gone. Right. So I love how that looks. And do we need anything down here? I know I'm kind of like filling up every single space now. And I'm sure that lots of people are kind of, you know, much more keen on empty spaces than I am. But just sometimes I think, well, not sometimes, most of the time, I just think more is more, isn't it? Without a special handling. Okay. Oh yeah, that's kind of cute, isn't it? All there. Definitely somewhere this needs to go. My thing with this, I actually quite like it down in that corner, but as I just said, I feel like then the whole thing, you know, has got stuff all over it. And maybe it's kind of better there. So again, I'm going to hot glue this so it's, you know, just a little bit got, you know, a bit of texture going on. Whereas if I just kind of glue it straight down, it would be very, very flat on here, which then, you know, that's a bit dimensionless. So that just kind of adds a little bit of extra something. I've also got that pink ball. Oh, should we have that on the top of the tree? I know it's not a star, but does that look weird? Let's have a look. Oh, maybe that's strange, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's a bit weird. Right, so back over to the back. Now, we were toying with putting the cute window on, weren't we? Oh, still don't know. Still can't decide. I mean, honestly, it's really not that tough a decision, is it? I mean, to be honest, I like it with or without. I think either is just as nice. Oh, perhaps I'll leave it. Yeah, perhaps I'll leave it without. And I just want to check that we don't want to kind of edge it with a bit of red lace. I think we do. I think we do. I mean, it kind of felt like it didn't really need anything, but can you see I've just got that sort of slither of envelope showing, which obviously is ivory, and you know, I don't feel like that goes particularly brilliantly. So that's kind of partly why I thought, let's just try the red lace out. But actually, when I then took the red lace away, it looked a little bit plain and boring. So yeah, I think the red is quite nice after all. Just cut that down. Wonder if we could have that there. It doesn't really need it, does it? But just because I have this little lone one kind of, you know, hanging around. So I thought, oh, that would be kind of cute to use that somewhere. Perhaps I'll have it there. Is that just weird? It's a little bit weird, isn't it? But actually it looks kind of cute. So perhaps we'll have it there. Okie dokie, so there we have it, and it's all ready for, you know, fill in with absolutely gorgeous goodies. I love how that turned out, so thank you so much, Anja. I absolutely love it. What an ingenious idea. And as I say, I mean, she stuffed hers absolutely full to the brim with all sorts of little, you know, bits and pieces of ephemera and, you know, little cutout pieces and things like that. So I think, you know, these are really great because you'd really be able to cram in quite a lot. I mean, obviously, depending on what you're using it for. I mean, personally, I would obviously probably just use it for, say, pieces from the kit. And, oops, if I haven't glued it down, that is. Which, oh no, it looks like I have. Let me just unstick that. So, there we go. I would probably just use it, obviously, for pieces, you know, from the kit. And, you know, stuff it with all of them. But of course, you know, you may want to stuff yours with other things. But yeah, absolutely love it. And I love, yeah, love kind of the colours, obviously, of using the Christmas papers and things. So yeah, I hope that you really like it. And yeah, thank you so much, Anja. Absolutely brilliant idea. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks then. Bye.